Off the play fake. Here's Wilson on the move to his left. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. He can't get him. And now look at him go. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll run it left side with Murray. Oh, he's got a little daylight. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On first down is Keenum. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now it's Wilson. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 13 yards there, offset some of the penalty. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. They go play action now. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space...
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On second down, Wilson steps away to his left. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. They run again with Carson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Luke Wilson, 31 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter
for a good
play?
counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen, 35 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's John Ryan now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 30. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On play action. Now Keenum. Flushed out right. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Murray fighting, lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. To play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. They go with Murray again. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
On 1st down, Murray. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll begin the drive with Carson. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience to get we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
This is Carson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. On 3rd down, it's Carson. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out comes Minnesota. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Back to throw, Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd down, Murray. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, the All-Pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead, finish up the half, and get on out and talk about it.
Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Carson. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Second half starts with a run by Murray. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. They go play action here on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Now a give. This is Murray. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Keenum on third down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Mike Bennett able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They run it with Carson. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Second down following the run. Here's Wilson operating from the gun. And he's got some space here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Wilson now to throw on third down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Keenum to throw on second down. Going with a screen for Murray. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Green 39! Green 39! Watching now, Barney! All right, man, lucky 56! Lucky 56!
From the gun on third down, Keenum. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Cliff Averill with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It'll be a loss of 1. Here's Wilson, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And now it's 3rd down.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got him bracketed out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
They go play action with Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's John Ryan now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Again, it's Murray. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They fake the handoff. Now Keenum looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Murray. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Carries piling up. It's Murray again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Back now in Seattle, Washington. On 2nd down, here's Keenum. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Danielle Hunter in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So the defense gets to the quarterback. Now the offense backed up on second down. Play action. Now Wilson. And he's going to go down again. Everson Griffin in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Play action. It's Wilson. They shakes him off. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. And some room to work. And out now come the Vikings. So they get the INT. Now here's Keenum. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now it's Carson. They find some open field. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. They'll run here. It's Murray. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And some space here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now it's Wilson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot. Great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Now a give, left side. This is Murray. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. 5 yards to go for the offense. 1st down and goal from that 5-yard line. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And this offense on 3rd down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run for it. This is Murray. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And Forbath will put this one through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock, so tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He'll look to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.